Rhino's Geometric Adventure: The Secret of Cubism. Rino the Rhino was a rhino who loved observing the world. Today, he stepped into a bizarre place, a labyrinth woven from countless broken geometric shapes with no smooth curves. Rino pushed up his round spectacles, adjusted his blue scarf, and wearing his stiff, structurally tailored gray coat, bravely took his first step. Rino arrived in front of a painting, a still life of apples by Cezanne. Though it looked ordinary, Rino noticed the objects were simplified into cylinders and spheres. So everything can be broken down into its most basic shapes, he thought, as the folds of his own coat, under the light and shadow, became hard geometric planes. Around the corner of the maze, Rino met Leon, a classical painter. Leon was using perspective to create a window-like sense of depth on the flat canvas. Leon told Rino, "Look, once you find the vanishing point, the world gains depth." But Rino felt this singular viewpoint was missing something. Next, Rino saw the artist Pablo. Pablo was no longer satisfied with window-like depth. He picked up a paintbrush and started dismantling objects as if they were toys. "Why can't we see the same thing from all angles?" Pablo asked Rino, who was stunned watching him take a guitar apart and reassemble it. Rino walked into a special area, the core of analytical cubism. He found his front, side, and even top views were presented simultaneously on the canvas. This was no ordinary photograph, but a representation of simultaneity. Though it seemed messy, Rino felt it gave him a fuller understanding of himself. The colors here were simple, only gray, brown, and black. Rino asked, "Why not paint with many colors?" The voice in the space answered, "Because we must focus on structure. When the colors quiet down, you can clearly see the object's skeleton and essence." Rino nodded, finding his coat's structural lines gained power without bright colors. Suddenly, pieces of newspaper, sheet music, and wood grain stickers appeared on the canvas. These were the collage elements of synthetic cubism. Rino excitedly picked up a newspaper fragment and stuck it on his own coat, realizing the boundary between art and reality disappeared when real-world items entered the artwork. The space became flatter, but Rino felt a fourth dimension: time. To see all facets of an object, the observer must move through space. Rino ran across the canvas, feeling he was no longer an image trapped on paper, but an explorer traversing time and space. Rino finally understood. Cubism wasn't about making things ugly, it was a rational way to express our complete mental cognition of an object. He extended his hoof to nudge a floating triangle. He was no longer just an observer, but a participant in this geometric game. Rino walked out of the labyrinth and returned to the quiet world. He turned and waved goodbye, his blue scarf standing out against the gray geometric background. He wondered, when you close your eyes and think of a person, do you see a photograph or a complete image composed of countless memory fragments like in Cubism?